guys, Zach here from Kubota Lynchburg, and today I have the brand new SCAG Jackal with me. I recently did a video as far as all the specs and features with Jim, our SCAG rep, and I wanted to today test the lift capacity because that's one of the main things these are used for, is picking up pallets of sod or pallets of sand off the bed of a truck, moving things around in the back of a property, heck, installed somebody's hot tub, picking up pallets of blocks for installing retaining walls, whatever you call it for or need it for. The main thing that these are used for is lifting. Now you can run augers, you can run bush hogs, all sorts of fun things. But today we're gonna test the lift capacity of it. In my videos, I like to test first what it'll pick up, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about what it's rated for, all the way, pick up all the way, and then I wanna see if I can somehow manage to max it out and where it won't pick it up off the ground. So, lift capacity on this is rated for 1,125 pounds, and lift capacity is usually rated at your pivot pin, which is right here, kind of behind your pallet forks. So you've got your pivot pins right in this line, and that's usually where most manufacturers will rate their lifting capacity. So if you had 1,125 pounds strapped here, you'd be able to pick it up to full lift height. Now, almost all manufacturers underrate their machines. So we test it here, even though we probably shouldn't, we test them here. So what I have loaded on here, including the weight of the pallet forks, which are the Land Pride, or made by Land Pride, but for Kubota pallet forks that weigh about 250 pounds. Got a wooden pallet. I've got a whole bunch of weight. So I've got the Land Pride BB 2584 7-foot heavy duty box blade that weighs 600 pounds. I've got two 100-pound weights sitting here in the center. And on the back side, I've got some wheel weights off of a tractor that weigh 165 pounds apiece. What we're looking at is 1,400 pounds right here. So already, mental math, 275 pounds more than it's supposed to be picking up. And remember, it's supposed to pick up here, not where all the weight is situated out way off, because the further you go away, the further from your tipping point, the harder it's going to be to lift. If I actually passed my physics class in college, I might be able to tell you guys more about that, but the further you are from your lifting point, the less you're going to pick up. So realistically, you shouldn't be able to pick up this much weight to full lift height, which I'll ruin it a little bit. I've already tested it and I'll show you guys real quick, but it will. It's a lot of weight for it, but at the same time, it does it. So I'm going to throttle the machine up, and where we'll pick up. Woo. Nice and slow, so I don't drop any weights or drop myself. I'm about to reach the pivot point, and there we go. We're maxed out. Pretty good. Now comes the fun part about putting it back down. You can hear the engine bogging down as I'm putting it back down because I'm trying to have it run two hydraulic functions at once. So basically it's leveling itself. So it's really opening up the valves, making the engine really work for it, but that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal. So 1,400 pounds, way ahead of lift point or pivot point on it. So I'm gonna throw, let's see, I've got 55-pound weights here. So we're gonna throw another 220 pounds on this thing. More mental math. 1,400 to 1620, is that what it is? I think 1620. So basically 1.5 times of what it's supposed to be able to pick up, again, at the pivot point. And I keep bringing that up because this is what you're gonna be picking up. So if you have a pallet of sod or bricks or anything like that, I don't think this is gonna pick it up all the way. I think my back end will come up off the ground, but we're gonna see if it picks it up at least. Tilts it. Woo! That can get a little sketchy there. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Comfortably 1,800 pounds, a pallet of solder bricks or mortar or something like that off the bed of a trailer would be okay. Make sure you're on level ground. Make sure you're doing as much as possible. And honestly, the heavier the operator, the better. So if you got somebody like me, grab somebody heavier than you have, because the more counterweight leaning off the back end really will help. So grab a heavy operator, make sure it's on flat ground, do it safely. But for being rated at 1,175 pounds to full lift height, and I can pick up 1,800 pounds very easily, pretty happy with this lift capacity.